promotion, but now you still have to do both jobs. Yeah. Now, by getting both paid.
And all of them?
I'm getting paid for it.
Like literally the salary of somebody, not just a resident, but you know.
That's
I
what
tried
I'm
that. I tried that once when I was doing department head hours. I was assistant supervisor. I've been covering the supervisor's job the last 3 weeks. I'll be getting his pay too. Getting about half his pay too, because I've been doing half his job. And they said, you are getting about half his pay. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
I meant getting at least money. 7, 8.
Sleep somewhere in between there.
Is somebody on vacation or is it just short?
Losing eyes,
I remember working them 24-hour shifts at the hospital. Oh, Lord. They could kick your butt.
Who is it, reporting?
Huh?
Probably with Brittney.
It's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, no, they don't have a camera up where they're recorded.
I tried. You trying?
All right, you got the recorder, camera. Okay, because it's 6 o'clock. All right, bye.
But it's still not getting any better.
I don't know, maybe you got me.
His amount is like.
You kind of walk into that.
I'm 3 hours late.
big, and you used to kind of sit on your shoulder.
I used to have one.
I did too.
Looked like I was a part of
Like
TV.
stuck straight out.
Came in a suitcase, looked like you were part of TV crew.
Okay, Town of Tryon Board of Trustees regular meeting, December 2nd, 2025. It's now 6:05 p.m. at First Baptist Church, 122 North First Street, Tryon, Oklahoma. Agenda, call to order. Roll call.
Sandy here.
James here.
Shannon here.
Nathan there.
Richard here. Consideration action on the consent agenda. 3.1, approval of the minutes for July 1st, October 7th, and November 4th.
Do we have those to look at?
Yes.
This is just all.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Okay.
Just pass around the table.
These are for October 7th. I don't see one for July 1st.
Hold on.
What's this one?
That's September 27th.
September?
Is the 3.1 on October, was that when you,
September
quarter
one,
crash,
probably.
everything crashed?
Yeah.
Because it says it wasn't available, so I'm assuming that's when
Yes.
most of them kicked off.
Yeah.
Said just one
How
here or
about
two
one?
here.
One, I think.
This is September 10th. This is pretty close. Sorry, no one second.
I still don't, I don't have one for the September. Is that what you're getting at? Yeah, he's got it. And then, July, October, and November.
The July 1st one is one that we don't have because we didn't have, the minutes when we were looking into that the other day. When the recorder wasn't working or it crashed or whatever it did back in July. That's why the July 1st ones have not been approved yet. We were gonna go off my notes, but we didn't have any much notes to go off of that one.
And then what are we supposed to do with it?
Well, I put it on there to be able to discuss that with you so that you guys can make that call. Like if you wanna note it so it's documented or whatever.
And this one is September, you said, right?
Yeah, October 7th. You guys should have, which ones do
Well,
you guys have?
September's not even on here, is it?
Hold on, no, what's the one that's in your packet that you guys had?
The one we have in the packet is for October 7th,
Okay.
Okay.
which was our last.
And then
regular-
November 4th, so we shouldn't have the July 1st. We shouldn't have the July 1st one because what I just said. The October 7th one should be in there, the November 4th should be in there. So all of the town side you should have.
So why don't we have minutes again for the 1st of July?
The report was messed up, and the notes that I had, there wasn't very many notes on mine. We were gonna go back and try to see if the notes would be able to be enough to have them in, so there wasn't enough, from what other people had.
I know that it's kind of time consuming, but not being able to read most of it off the head.
Yeah.
I didn't get that one. That was the July 1st.
You didn't get it
And I
You're
think,
fired.
and I think our video report, the mic wasn't on.
That's the same with me.
Yeah, that's pretty much both cameras messed up.
That's funny.
And we didn't get the voice recorder either. Did we get the voice recorder turned on?
Are you sure?
So I mean, I guess there's nothing for us to do.
Well,
I can
wait
check
till-
my notes, I haven't checked them for July 1st, but I got pretty good notes on mine.
Okay.
So you wanna just, table that until next month and see if you got the notes for it, Richard?
Yep.
July 1st, 2025 minutes until next month.
James second.
Jenny, yes.
Nathan, yes.
Richard, yes.
Yeah, you've already have all the plans, so
Okay.
I'm getting budget for you.
Why don't I remember any of this?
If everybody looked over the October one, I didn't see nothing.
I was absent, so I don't know. I have to have seen it anyway.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for the October 7th, 2025 meeting.
James second.
Jenny, yes.
Nathan, yes.
I'm abstaining, wasn't there. I read November 4th on my packet, it looked good too.
I didn't see anything on November 4th when I was looking at these earlier.
Yeah. Make a motion, we approve the minutes for the November 4th, 2025 meeting.
James second.
Jenny, yes.
Nathan, yes.
Richard, yes. 3.2, approval of monthly department head reports, police department, fire department, library, and Leslie WILBOURN grant administrator.
department, I don't have it yet. I, emailed them today to see if they could send one over, and they didn't have it ready. Sorry for them.
So they've stopped coming to the meetings. They don't have the report done on time now.
Right, and 99% of the time, they don't sit in town, they sit out by Headquarters Creek.
And they won't put notes, they won't put back onto there whether or not there was a citation issued or not.
Right. Yep. I'm kind of fed up with them myself.
Yeah, this is the fire department.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
There's one right there. I thought he grabbed it, and I can run back over and grab it from here. Oh, I thought he grabbed it.
Yep.
Can you do me a favor, Brittany?
Yeah.
If we have something like that, again, where you email them and they say, oh, sorry, I don't have it ready in time, would you be willing to print out that email and bring it to us, and that way we can
Yeah, I
start
can actually,
including that?
I can even go get it.
Who'd you talk to?
Melissa, she's one that I go through to.
Yeah, next time contact me also, and I'll contact Charles
Dinker,
Banker, and find out why.
yeah. I usually email them and tag all four of them together, but then we were having an issue, so Melissa like, just go through me and I'll see if you get it. So I checked with her again today, and she said that they don't usually have it done until the 5th of the month, which our meetings are done before, like we have them before that on these, so I don't.
Maybe we should go back to tagging everybody again.
Yeah. This way you could get the responses.
If you get more than one answer, you must have some fishy.
So how was the library?
It's good. Fall Fest was good, but it's been kind of a slow month for November.
Is it usually a slow month?
November Fest. We're kind of just gearing up for Christmas. That's pretty much it. We did get a donation for $500 to buy books. So that was
Very nice. And you also received another donation.
yes.
So we received some books in from the, it's called the Lightweaver Foundation. It's a charity from my favorite author. And so they actually donated one of his trilogies to us. It was my kind of gateway drug into his fiction, so.
Awesome.
And Chandler Library donated a really nice piece of furniture for us for the new library. It's a children, it looks like a castle.
Cool.
And I have to go pick it up Thursday, but brand new.
Nice.
Brand new.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
wow.
and they're donating a, CD,
The,
yeah, it's a CD holder, like that mounted on the wall, and it moves.
Wow.
And it's never been used, so. I guess then you've got the pictures.
Can we post that stuff?
yeah.
The only thing, I don't know where we're gonna put it.
Yeah. It's pretty
So I was
large.
thinking, it's really big, it's about 8 feet, 9 feet tall. We can put it all together. I thought maybe we could stick it in the new building, for now, because there's no place else to put it.
I don't want anything to get in that way though.
Well, we'll move it out, like when they start
Unless
working.
they set it right in the middle.
And it's on casters, it's on wheels, so it will move around.
Covered for dust too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll just cover it. I'll send y'all a picture.
Yeah, 'cause I think the residents would like to see that, you know,
We're getting stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Leslie's not here, so I assume that's gonna be a dead issue.
I didn't ask. I wonder if Brittany's heard anything from her. approve the police report
And that is
in every year.
no action, no.
Yeah. I make a motion that we approve the fire department monthly report.
I'll second the motion.
James, yes.
Jenny, yes.
Nathan,
And I make a motion that we approve the library monthly department head report.
James, second.
Jenny, yes.
Nathan, yes.
Richard, yes.
But could we just go on past that?
Yeah, we'll come back to Leslie Wilson and
Jimmy
Wilburn's.
said we
What's she going
can. She went, you did.
Have to report to what they printed.
Yeah. I don't know.
She's on.
Approval of monthly financial reports for October 2025.
I need her here because I have so much highlighter.
Excuse me.
Did you have to buy a new highlighter?
Are you kidding me? I have a drawer with like cleaners.
Oh, Lord.
No, at my last job, we did a lot of stuff with like hospitals' inventories, and so we had to be very meticulous, so I highlighted the crud out of everything, so. Seems very,
Yeah. From the start. Generally, she needs to come back. Thank you. You're holding us up.
Ready for this?
Sure.
Oh, wait, let's just back up for a minute.
Oh.
Anything from Leslie?
Yeah.
So, how come was she still on the agenda every month when we know she has no intention of being here?
I put her on there until I'm told otherwise. That way it's addressed, it's documented that we talked about it, or I relayed the message or whatever. So there's a motion made then.
Now, last month she contacted you,
Yeah,
didn't she?
said
Said
there's like,
they were
yeah,
working
there's
on
like,
it.
yeah, a grant approval that if she's still check. So she's checking on the open dates and close date requirements and those kind of just stuff.
And you haven't received nothing yet?
Or to get her to, it's just basically.
Jim, can we maybe start putting her on as a separate item and not as a department review? And then that way, if she does have something and she wants to come, put her on there instead of having it on there every month with no action,
No,
no
yeah,
action, no
that's,
action.
that's fine, that's what we're doing before, but then the board just told me to put her up there with the reports. So I just left it there.
And I'll agree with her. She don't have any boards, there's no need for it.
Right. Yeah. So if you hear from her and she's got something, then put her on.
Do you need anything other from us than just say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today we're on financials now. And Jenna used a lot of highlighters.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had a chance to look over that myself.
Okay, so I'm looking at the general ledger page, my favorite place. So first thing I'm seeing here, the very first line, we had a payroll to Mr. Neely. It looks like like that was not ever reimbursed from the utility PWA spot. It was a check written on the 1st of October, or it looks like his regular salary. Did we not get that refunded to the town side then?
It's on this month's financials on the site. And you can, and on the PO, there's probably
And I don't document on my side, like, the way that he puts it on his.
Because I have it on your general ledger from the 22nd of October for the same one that coincides with the line.
Joe,
John.
it's at the very back.
So I have one on the utility side as a pay to the town of Tryon payroll for you and Mr. Neely. However, that was done on the 22nd, but the amount that it coincides with is the paycheck that was written on the 27th. So it looks like you paid ahead of time to the town.
There'll be two.
There's only one.
Yeah, there's only one. It'll be in November.
So there should be.
So in November, like the one at the end of the month, usually I have to put it on the next month.
So I've got 3 of them on here though. So I have one to Aaron on the 1st of October. I have one to John Fox and to Aaron on the 27th of October. And then I have one again to payroll service on October 31st to Aaron Neely. So it looks like we had payroll for Aaron for the last part of September, John and Aaron for the first part of October, and then Aaron for the last part of October. But I only see one spot where the utility side refunded the town payroll.
It will probably be on, like I said, the November one.
Okay.
Usually what happens is there's 2 on each month, but one gets put in the next month. So I don't know what happened in the office.
Okay. Let's move down then. So on October 7th, there was a debit card to Amazon for maintenance and operations Tryon PWA for $167.90.
I don't have the actual like printout of that, but that was something.
And then on the 9th, we have another PWA purchase for $308. Do we know what
No,
those
that might have
were
been
for?
Weed eater?
It wasn't the weed eater, because the weed eater came in on the 2nd of
Yeah, it came
October.
up there.
Yeah,
on the
it's up here.
And you can see 3 lines further down that was reimbursed to the town from the utility.
No, he paid the same thing over there.
And then on the 7th, there's an Amazon purchase for $167, and on the 9th, there's an Amazon purchase for $308.
You have to double check and look back and pull out our Amazon purchase list to see exactly what it was.
Okay.
Aaron ordered a couple of
Right.
new stuff from me, and I can't remember.
I'm also showing a PWA purchase at Lowe's. There's one, another one at Lowe's, one at Bronco for a hose. But I'm not showing any of that is getting reimbursed to the town side.
Hose should have been utility.
Right. And they're marked that way on
We used our debit card to pay for it,
Yeah.
and we pay for it over the phone.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah.
But then I'm not showing anything from the utility side to balance that.
We haven't done it yet.
Okay. So one thing that I would like, that I kind of have expectations for is if we're looking at a general ledger for October, then it should balance by the end of
All
October.
the transactions.
You know, if we have things that need to be transferred over, it should be done before the end of that ledger. How about October 14th, water payments that was put into the wrong bank account will be transferred back to PWA. Did that get done?
Yeah, that has not got done yet.
Okay. October 28th, fourth from the bottom, there's a B&C business product. The only thing on the memo is AR R90552, I'm guessing that's a PO?
Yeah, that's actually like their invoice number that they give us, but that's for the printer,
Oh,
printer rental,
rental for the,
the printer in the office.
because especially with the payroll, we know it's happening twice a month, every month. It
And
shouldn't-
Aaron's too, I think the reason why his landed 3 times this month, which I understand what you're talking about with John. But he didn't come and pick up his check, like the 9/16, the very top one. He didn't come and pick up his check until later, cause he didn't have it automatically,
Right.
deposited. So I waited until he was actually coming into the office to print it out.
Okay. But we should still print it when it's within that tape time,
Yeah.
though, even if it just sits there and everything, so.
It was entered, I just didn't print it out.
Yeah, cause there is a lot of expenses.
How do we land in the pay period days, like first and 15th?
It's the 15th and the 30th.
15th, 30th. So technically, paperwork should be done on the 16th and the 1st and be issued no later than the 17th.
And it depends on when the 15th and 30th falls
I
as well,
mean,
like the return of the
absolute
weekend.
weekend, but
Yeah.
that kind of goes back into the 3 and the 2 landings and.
Is
So-
that?
So on our paperwork, we should be looking at something appearing about the 1st to the 3rd-ish.
Yeah.
And then
No later
something
than
about
that.
the 17th or so
Mhm.
for the 2nd. I wondered if it was coming in on the 27th or something. Go ahead then.
Do we have, is it in the ordinance or anything as to what days we pay out?
As far as what, like, for
As far
payroll?
as payroll, paychecks, when they're issued?
It just says the 15th and the 30th is when we get paid.
Okay.
But, and I believe it says something in there about where, like, depending on when it falls. And then the sure payroll company has us process it 2 or 3 days beforehand. So it just kind of depends on when those days fall.
So we're processing it before the end of the pay
Yeah,
period even
yeah,
happens?
yeah.
I would really like to, I mean, obviously this is not the time for it, but I would really like to take a look at that process and see if we can't get that more standardized. yeah.
Was it, if it's supposed to be the 15th and the 30th, then they need to be issued by the 16th and the 1st?
Or the first, the next first business day after.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that they're falling at the beginning and the middle of the period on the paperwork.
And that would alleviate some work for you guys too, saying, well, okay, go ahead and give me what times you think you're gonna work, and then let me know if you didn't, and then I can make adjustments and just have it be done. So, but yeah, so if we could go forward, try to make sure that like everything that the town pays for the utilities, have utility paid back by the end of the month.
Yeah, we had talked about that after that last
Yeah.
meeting, when it was brought up.
Yep.
So that would actually wonder if you get the, like, the military thing was about 5 days, so if they were cutting off at the 15th, it would be issued by the 20th, cutting off on like, 30th or 31st, last day of the month,
Right.
it would be issued by the 5th.
Yeah.
And you just be done with it, because we can look and see, okay, this was issued on the 5th, this was on the 20th.
Exactly, like.
And then you can
month by
see
month
this
by
double and
month.
triple
Yeah.
and.
And when we do the payroll, we can print off like a payroll summary or a copy of like the pay stub issue, what I give John for documentation. He can actually pay for them the day I process them.
Right,
And
yeah.
that way it'll even be
It's,
done.
that way
before
it's
the
always
next-
right
yeah.
there within the same ledger.
Yeah.
Cause it's so easy when it carries over the next month for things to get forgotten or
Yeah.
overlooked, or heaven forbid we get somebody in town hall again that is more nefarious.
If they're just showing up random days, it's gonna, somebody like me that really doesn't know what they're looking at half the time, it's gonna go,
Yeah, okay.
and it could be totally screwed up.
Yeah. Okay. So that was my whole, that was all of my stuff, so.
So just get us the receipts that she's asked for, within the next couple days, to find out what was spent.
Okay. And that was on,
You text each one of us.
let me look.
There was one for Amazon on 10/7 for $167.90, and another one for
208.75.
yep on the 9th.
Like I said, once you get that, just email,
Okay.
or just email it to each one of us. We look at the receipt.
However, I'm not seeing anything that needs correcting on these reports. So,
I make a motion, we approve the financial reports for October of 2025.
James, second.
Jenny, yes.
Nathan, yes.
Richard, yes. Approval of monthly claims.
I was gonna say this on the police report, was that our tribe is completely paid up now, and Melissa just dropped the December invoice off yesterday.
Yeah, great. I see the first two lines of this one to our good friend Stefan. That very first line, was that getting caught up?
Yes, yep.
So we are current with you?
Yep.
Excellent.
Sternly worded letter.
I make a motion, we approve the monthly claims for October of 2025.
I'll second the motion.
James, yes.
Jenny, yes.
Nathan, yes.
Item number 4, consideration of items removed from consent agenda. None. Number 5, public appearances, petitions, remonstrances, communications, and personal appearances. You still have a sign-in sheet?
No, there wasn't a second.
Has anybody got anything to say?
John, she's not on here. I didn't know if y'all
It's
wanted
for
her to
Eric.
speak now.
Oh,
For
that's
Eric.
in the utility part.
Well, okay.
None. Item number 6, consideration, discussion, action on opening up lagoons for our shooting range. Tim Anderson, 11-2.
Yeah. I need to see if I can, on this, I'm gonna pass this around, but these are the sections here that have been outlined that, you know, where we could have a range, but there's plenty of grass laying there, I'll pass it around. And I like put an asterisk on a little area, like it already has a trail kind of going to it. And just let you guys look at it and kind of figure out what you think, you know, where you think it might be a good idea. Right now, I have my boss's cards, so I'm going to pass them out to the people that need them. Right here, he's a former cop from the Iowa tribe. He's a range master, certified through CLEAT, through the council. Let's see what I was gonna tell you. But anyway, he's on a Caribbean cruise right now. And so he'll be back, but I need at least,
We should have a meeting there.
Yeah.
if I could,
Yeah.
if I could,
Can be done.
yeah, if I could get another time extension, at least maybe 30 more days. I'll pass it around though. Who needs to see it and get an idea on, you know, just take a look at it. I put an asterisk there, and he's just saying that the berms, you know, like Jimmy was saying here, you might want to sit down for a minute, but he was just saying that the berms have to be, like you said, a certain height. I told him what, you know, the specifications of what Jimmy said that he would want it, you know, and he said there's no doubt that, you know, if you'll let him have some classes out here, that he can help also bring in quite a bit of revenue to town, you know, and it will. And with the guy down there, I mean, if he still wants to do the shooting range, he, you know, I mean, as long as he gets it approved, there's nothing wrong with having 2 of them, you know what I mean, if he wants one in his backyard. But I think having a range master come in, you know, somebody certified that, and we did look up the liability on it, that's under the Justia, what is that, S76-50-66, concerning gun ranges and gun liability. It just basically says that we're not, if like Town Hall's the owner of the gun club or the range there, which they would be, that's where all the revenue would be coming in at, that you guys will not be liable for injuries to any person engaged in firearm activities on the premises of such range.
You said that was 76-50.6?
Yes,
Okay.
on Justia, and on the premises or the shop or the club, if such injuries result from an inherent risk of such activities. So you guys wouldn't be held liable if somebody got hurt on the range. The only way that I would see that something like that could happen is if the range wasn't taken care of. Like there was stuff laying out there, it shouldn't be out there, that kind of thing. But other than that, as long as the range master is, if you guys don't mind him coming down, he said he's more willing. And I have his cards right here for you guys. Yeah, okay, here you go. But anyway, he's really good on bringing in revenue, and man, I tell you, man, I really think that this would really help the town with the revenue, bringing in some revenue. But anyway, and it would also eliminate, I'm not going to say it's going to eliminate totally the backyard shooting that's been going on. I don't know if you guys heard that yesterday, somebody was shooting over here, back here behind your house. And I know she heard it, she said she heard it, it's just, if we have a designated place, where everybody could go and do that, and then they can pay a fee to the town hall, like a club membership or something, that would be wonderful, because there's a lot of people that want to get out and do that, but there's nowhere to do it for like 25, 30 miles.
What is this ordinance?
Yep.
Coming in from where? So
From Staten.
Staten Street, 2nd Street.
Yeah,
That street right here.
Yeah.
The gates up here.
Yes. And if you see like where your pin is, there's a valley right there. And it looks like a trail that goes back into that valley.
That's a storage area.
sure I don't want to say
Okay.
that's not true.
Middle of that driveway.
Mhm.
Yeah, just like a storage area they cleaned out to like park our trailers and stuff.
Okay, and then there's some other areas that you've outlined on there, but I mean, the area is vast. I mean, you guys could like just, if you would just, look at it, and then if you could come up maybe, with a location in there, I mean, there's plenty of space.
I think what I'd like to see though
Yes,
is
Jimmy.
a bigger, wider picture of
Yes.
the area of the
Okay.
homes. That's
Okay.
gonna be around that area.
Okay.
Cause I know there's some homes
Mhm.
around there, so.
This 001 area right here makes a really good, backdrop.
Mhm.
But like he said, the question is, if you're coming in on that, how close is everything behind that?
Right.
Because even if you got into penetration, there's always a chance that it can miss every tree in the woods somehow. I think that would be, a final destination
I
thing,
know
but.
the field south of the lagoons is kind of wide open, and there are homes over there. Like that kind of buds up to like Kathy and David
Yeah,
Skills.
you said that was the path into a store.
Yeah, that's where they cleaned it out to park trailers and like our bigger equipment.
Well, there's a gully or something out here, it's dark area. If they was, I'm not sure I'd be real keen on driving right past the ponds, but if they would be, if that's an open area, it could be utilized for parking, and then you could make that, thereby we need to know what's going on.
The fire
West.
range used to be the northeast side of the property,
That's right there.
Towards you.
back,
On the other,
other side. Back over that
Yeah.
way.
Over in
Back
the, in the RE open there.
See that, the little highlighted area there, just north of Lagoon? Should be right through there somewhere.
Yeah.
That's where the fire range was.
And that's what Eddie was saying. Eddie was saying that they've already had kind of one that was already there, and we could like redo that one, then it would be.
The issue we're gonna have is, like I said, people moved in and all that, so I don't know.
So you need a vaster picture, right?
updated.
Right.
Yep.
So basically, you need to start at that area you marked and go this way.
Is there a way, sir, is there a way you could circle that area where the O range used to be, where Jimmy's talking about there? So
Maybe,
Okay.
it's a childproof fence.
There has to be so much room, there has to be so much land around the
That's
lagoons
waxy
too.
paper. Hey, there you go.
I'm not sure what it is.
That's one of our great library pens.
Library pens, they're great.
Questions I have, so you talk about how the revenue for the
Yes,
town.
yeah.
What kind of what is the revenue plan for this?
Well,
How
the rev-
could this be bringing in the money?
The revenue would be sold like in memberships, you know, just like you would sell memberships at a resort. Let's say I'm a salesman, and let's say that is a resort, and we offer memberships to, you know, especially for law enforcement and military, even security, people with fleet license, armed fleet license, a discount, and then family memberships and things like that. And we give them incentives and say, hey, you know, how about you look at the range over there, see what they're charging, and then you go from there and you say, okay, well, what's 100 a year? You know, 100 a year, I mean, you get, especially, that would entice people from Akron, that would entice people from Kearney and their police department, because they don't really have anywhere to go practice. Just think about it, the surrounding towns, you don't have anywhere to practice, so what's that gonna do? Hey, we can go to Tryon here, try on their fire range, you know, try out that, and there you go, there's the money.
How do you suppose we do it for people who want to just come try it out? Is there going to be somewhere to buy targets on the range or something like that?
My boss, he's fleet certified, like a range master, and he's willing to offer safety classes for people that are, you know, for safety and handling for newcomers that want to try it out. Say if you want to get out there and try out like a 380 little bodyguard, the little pistol.
I like my daughter practices, but I'm to go all the way to Tecumseh to my son's house.
Yeah, I mean, like me, I'm probably the most least shooter on the table here. You know,
But you might be the most accurate. You never know.
Oh, I'm sure I'm not.
Very close.
But, you know, say my husband wants to go shoot and I want to go with them and just, you know, one time, is there going to be a way to be able to buy, like, say, a target for $5 or something?
Well, yeah, you know,
as long as there's the class and everything.
that is something that we could look into, like, we could have, like, maybe some targets already, like in a storage somewhere that they could, you know, possibly buy. You know, the range master, what he's wanting to do is set up the targets where you guys already have targets out there. And what you do is you just put a target up, it's real easy to put a target up out there. And then, but for ladies, the smaller, like, I don't know, some ladies like big guns. You know, like my wife, she likes the big stuff, you know, but, and that's another thing to think about, what kind of guns, you know, can we be using out there, you know, is it gonna be a 9mm, 380, or AR? Yours is a 9, so you got a Glock 9, or is it just a regular 9?
It's a Ruger.
It's a Ruger, okay, so, you know, those are all things to consider on, you know, the ladies, as you can see, ladies have a great interest in also wanting to get out and shoot their guns. And, but the little 380, I was just gonna say, it's really small. Jimmy knows, it looks like a toy.
I know, I want one.
Yeah, they call it a bootleg, right, but it's like a little toy, but the thing is.
They're pretty pricey.
It is, yeah, but it's good for ladies.
So then we're going and we're charging a yearly or a monthly membership for people to be able to come down when we have the range master there. What is going to keep people from just going there when nobody is around and just shooting anyway?
Well, I think that it would probably be good to have somebody that would be willing to be designated in between certain hours, and then like Mr. Myers was saying over here, he was saying that to have like a time zone where there is no shooting, where there's, you know, where there's no noise, you know, like you cut it off at a certain
Quiet hours.
Quiet hours, right. And that way you don't have to worry about hearing anonymous shots going on.
Are we going to, but in order to do that, and with insurance liabilities and things, are we going to have to put up fencing and things like that around it to help enforce
And improve the driveway.
Well, I mean, that's gonna happen.
Technically, you already got it because they would be trespassing on foot, you know, if you're doing a flat hours,
And you could always
5
put a
p.m.
trail
till 9 a.m.
I just,
They can't be out there, if anything, they're automatically trespassing.
I remember
And
what
they have
kind
a
of
big
teenager
sign
I
on the gate.
was, and if you told me I couldn't do something, the first thing I would have said is hold my beer. You know, so I just wanna make sure that we have it set up to
Oh,
where
yes, I mean,
You
if,
guys have
and
a
they
lock
don't get
gate.
hurt and
if
everything.
you've been back there, there is a big gate, like he's saying, there is a big gate, and there, of course, there's a no trespassing sign, and so it is, you know,
It
I'm not
even
saying that
has
the kid could climb in there, but it is pretty big.
Then if they're in there.
You're not gonna be able to use that
There's
gate,
gonna be requirements
the one that
for
goes
it.
into the lagoons, because people can't be in there unless you have a license.
So,
Yeah, so I need to start with maybe we may have to put up a different fencing or.
Yeah.
Around the lagoon
Yeah.
specifically
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. And there is quite a bit of space between that tree line and the lagoon 3 and 4. So there's plenty of space there to make like a drive to the back. I just have to check on requirements.
I'll call
for what-
DEQ tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not against this
No,
by
no,
any
no,
means,
yeah.
I just wanna make sure we
yes,
do it,
yes,
we do it right.
I think, I mean, personally, from looking at it from the gun ranges I've been to, that is much safer. Looking back there, and then going to like, over here, Camouflage Corner or whatever it is under Stillwater. That looks, yeah, Camo Corner, that looks more safer, because over there, it's right by a highway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right by a highway, you know, so as far as safety reasons, I think that is a lot safer.
Yeah, but we do after the 9/11 attacks and stuff, and they changed the laws where you can't go around without a license around sewer, water, any of that, so
Yeah.
let John call and
Yeah.
check on
Find out what the
that.
guidelines are, and then if you can be here next month.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
yes,
put
yeah.
you on
We'll take
next
one.
month.
And like she was saying, you could build a path like around it, you know, like a path
Right.
around it, maybe you guys.
If we could run a fence to cut off the lagoons where people can't get to them, but that's something we gotta check.
That spot that we already have figured out, and we're like
Uh-huh.
storing stuff, well, nothing's there right now.
Right.
I don't know what it looks like if you clean the trees out, like going towards the back.
Yeah,
That might be an entrance area that can be used, instead of going all the way back to the floor.
okay.
That might be an option.
Well, I'm probably gonna have to spend a little bit of money to do it, but if it's, so let me ask this for everybody else, I know we don't have a huge audience, but any gun range to be a member of and shoot at?
Surely not. I got a whole lot of new toys I'd like to play with.
Well, being a retired cop daughter and former army, so.
Well, I assume since he's up here, you're for it, so,
Yeah, she's
Well,
the one that did it.
some people aren't, but I don't care.
Yeah.
you know, and people like me, if it works out, we can add an archery side or
Yes,
something.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There's another one.
I actually teach children to shoot archery, so I would love that.
All right, well,
Okay.
they'll check
All
into
right,
some
all right.
things and we'll put you back on
All
the
right.
meeting for
Well,
next
appreciate
month.
it. You know, it would
And
be
then-
really nice, and an archery range like that might be the next step, like Miss Coleman here's talking about.
Or a trap range.
Track, there you go. Yeah.
I mean,
I made some scratches on there.
That's okay.
What Jim and I were talking about, with the, like, the orientation, because that's the biggest step, the woods.
Yes.
Would be to point it that way. But my consideration was, even if we didn't have that large of a caliber,
Uh-huh.
like we limited it to the equivalent of a 7.62,
Yes,
which would be an M60 round,
yes,
build it heavy enough to take a 50.
okay. Yeah,
So
I
you're talking,
understand.
you know, a double railroad tie,
yes.
tire,
Mhm,
shreds,
that kind of thing.
with a dirt backing, so even if you blow it apart,
Yes,
it's still not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
You're looking at, you know, probably a 10-foot height
yeah,
to prevent, because there are houses beyond that, but that's the most depth of the woods, like I said, unless you're in a final destination, nothing's gonna go that far
yeah,
through.
nothing's gonna go.
But
Yes.
it can happen. I've seen weirder things happen.
So we'll
All
bring
right.
this back up again next month,
All right,
see
well,
what we
thanks
can
for bringing me
do.
another 30 days on these. making that cash, and he just took a Caribbean cruise, but he said he'll be back, and I'll get,
I'm pretty sure
I'll
nobody's
get
gonna be
it.
dropping a 50 cal out.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not at $5 a trigger pull.
Five.
All right, well, thank you, guys.
15's 10 years ago.
We'll see you next month.
Yes, that archery range also is a.
For a 50 barrel wolf's about
One step at a
And
time.
you can use my 50 caliber air rifle.
Now, if you're looking BFG, yeah.
Item 7, miscellaneous, consideration, discussion, action on Heather Eichel's Freedom of Information request update.
I've got my notes here, I've got to speak with her, get some clarification, but I've got everything I'm gonna get to, Brittney after I've talked to her a little bit, so we know kind of where we are to get everything lined up and finished up, so. Just a little clarification with you, and we didn't, I don't know how to get a hold of you otherwise, so.
So I think when we left this last month, the plan was to be able to give her a check tonight. Did you have a chance to go through and figure out what all work had been done already?
I do have that paper there, but I didn't bring it with me because I was waiting for conversations with them.
Do you remember approximately how much
It's
it
like
was?
400 and something. I would say maybe 480. Maybe
That
that's
she's
less.
used?
No.
So
No.
$20?
Yeah, it hasn't been very much. I know it's like 400 and something, but I don't know what.
Can we just then write it for the full $500 in good faith then, since, I mean, $20
It's been 18 months.
and longer?
I agree.
Yeah,
No.
I think just for the time wise and everything, it's on us, so it would be just in good faith for us to eat anything so far and then start fresh, get it going and get it done.
Is there a motion?
What about you?
It's whatever, it's up to you guys. I'm
I just make sure.
I'm at y'all's.
I know.
I've
She said
been
she
waiting
don't
for
want it
18
back.
months, so.
Well, I heard her say she don't
It's
want her money
okay.
back, that's what I heard.
What was it?
I heard she wanted
You said no
Yeah.
money back, you don't want.
I give you my card too, cause I didn't bring any of my stuff. I just,
Gotcha.
it's been the same. I'm not gonna
I'll make a motion.
be prepared every
Refund the
time and then they'll
$500
get nowhere.
Because of the delay in time.
I will happily second.
James,
Sandy,
Okay, I'm gonna go and leave you my card just in case there's something else.
Carried.
So it doesn't drag out.
Do that within the week.
I can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Number 7.2, consideration, discussion, action on a storage container. I thought last month we decided we're gonna just try to get the flooring in above the ceiling and the new
Yeah.
building
We're
starting
kind
in.
of all over the place with it, so I'll just try to.
As far as an external tank container,
I
say
think,
at this point, we could theoretically, at least till it gets warm, pause the external container, if we can get that in there and get that stuff out of there, because I don't wanna wind up with chaos, another ice storm or something coming through in February and taking the roof in, and then we're in there digging through rubble.
What's all left is just in the vault and some lights and
There's a
stuff.
vault,
which-
there's a bunch of her cabinets and
like
stuff.
shelves and stuff.
Bookshelves. And then
Covers
stuff
up.
behind her.
They have tarpals in there, that's it.
And no books or anything have been on?
all the paperwork,
We have some in our office,
some,
yeah.
which
With the
list?
probably 2 shelves. Most of the stuff that was behind us is at the town hall now, like next door.
Most of it.
Yeah, most of it is, but we've got 2,
Where's the rest?
it's over there in that closet, that was behind our desk.
In containers, is it in?
No.
Okay. Can it fit in totes and totes?
Some of them, some of it has been, slowly been packed up and put in the shed over here. We need to get some more totes.
Get some more totes.
And some of them might be able to get thrown away because of the retention is like past the time frame.
Just
we need
get
to
more
get some
totes.
respirators.
That way, if something does happen, it's gonna be protected by the totes. So.
And as far as shred, not throw.
Yes, yeah,
We don't exactly have a document retention policy.
yeah. They have one, they adopted one with the last board.
Do we have it in writing anywhere?
It's the booklet over there on the filing cabinet.
Because the one that I saw was titled Oklahoma State, or Oklahoma City.
We have a few over there, but the one that's on the top of the filing cabinet is one that they adopted. I can't remember.
Send that to us, picture of it or something that we can have tomorrow. Send an email or something.
No action is
No
taken.
action.
7.3, consideration, discussion, and action on the audit update.
I actually talked to him today, he called.
Oh.
Yeah, surprise. He only called for, a bank statement for November of 2024, and he said he's working on it. That's all the update that I got.
Did he give any kind of time frame as to when he might?
No, he doesn't know yet.
But he is working on
He
it?
said he is.
Yes, I talked to him yesterday.
Okay.
Was it yesterday? Day before? Yeah, it was yesterday. I talked to him yesterday
Okay.
and visited with him for a little bit. He said it's gonna be after December before he could actually get it done. Because of the holidays and everything else like that, to put it a little bit behind. I did visit him about next year's budget and what we need to do to be at the first of the list. And so, in order for us to be at the first of the list, we need to have our stuff done by at least July 1st.
And what is he considering our stuff?
Everything that he needs
Everything
to
that
do
we-
his job, to finish the audit, needs to be, we need to have it done by July 1st.
So is he gonna send us a list of what he needs from us?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you don't hear from him, start early so that you have time to get your stuff.
Because if we get it July 1st, he said he can start on it in July, and we'll be first at the list to get the stuff done. So we're not waiting all year long to get our stuff done. Because he said if you wait till September, October, November,
It's gonna push you down the
we're gonna go
list.
down the list.
And this is
Yeah.
what we.
Did he answer any other questions that we emailed him about like the,
He said that he looked at some of the stuff, we have a lot of, QuickBook accounts that is unnecessary, and I told you to make notes when he gets the audit done on what we need to change. There's also a bunch of bank accounts that we have that he said they're uncalled for. So he's gonna make notes of everything when he brings us the final audits, and then, he will, address all those issues then it's gonna be up to us to fix those issues once we get the audit, so.
what about the questions where you guys had asked if, how to do the 3-year span? Cause when he asked that,
Yeah, he said he could do the 3-year span, and then I said, we'd like to get the first 3 years done because we're waiting on grants. We need those 3 years, and then I said, can we go back later and do the 2
Do that
years
once.
and get actually caught up? He said, yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay.
We just need to get the 3 years done now.
Okay.
So,
Good.
Are we at a risk of losing anything else in the near future? Some of these ways and everything, or are we still pretty safe on that?
When do we have it in to get the gas tax or whatever it is from the state?
we get the, I'm not for sure when, it's the excise tax that, the state is holding. Like, and they won't release those to us until the audits are filed and done.
Does it roll over the first of the year or?
Um,
Cause didn't you say they roll like 2 years? So
Yeah.
we're gonna lose some.
Yeah.
Of that stuff we're gonna lose.
I think-
That's what I was
Yeah.
asking.
we've had ours held the
Yeah,
whole
another one
time
of
I
those.
worked here, so I don't know if that one gas tax gave us since I've been here.
in 6 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's up, it's
That's
gonna be up to
what I
us, like I
want.
said, we need to get this done by July 1st. It needs to be turned in by, it needs to be turned in him in July. That's the bottom line.
So I would say by like April, I would contact him and say, okay,
What about
send me,
information?
send me a list of everything you're gonna need to do it. And this way you'll have between
And some of it won't be able
April.
to give to him
Is
because
there a way
of
we can push him for?
June, like, we're not gonna be able to go like a
Right,
month in
Or is it
advance,
just
but
right.
we
we're
can
gonna
still
lose
start
it?
collecting it.
right,
Three years.
start getting it so you're not just crammed,
It's 2 years.
with just the few
Well, I know
days.
the first two,
But
I'm
then he
in
didn't
the
request,
three.
when he came,
I know
in,
we're
he didn't request any more.
two ago.
It was completely
Yeah.
different.
But I mean,
It
It
was like
depends on when
wish
he gets
list.
it done. I mean, if he gets it done
because if
pretty
we
quick.
could push the one as a priority because we're gonna lose it, if it doesn't,
Yeah.
and then kind of start gaining ground, I'd like to see that.
What I'd love to see at the end of March, start with budget work, and then when we get the budget done and we take it for public hearing, then we start looking at the audit stuff, and then that way we can have all of that by the end of the fiscal year, and we're just
Start
done.
Yeah.
But we need it, we as a board, and we need to have this stuff done, like I said, in July.
Yeah.
If not, we're gonna be in the same boat we are now.
So just start getting it whatever you can and do something.
Excellent.
Ready?
Yep.
Discussion action on the building project.
We're still waiting on, I talked to, Pat yesterday. She said that Courtney has our paperwork. She told me to get hold of Courtney, she sent me Courtney's information, which I already had, I got hold of her today. She did not answer her phone, but I left a message and I emailed her. I'm waiting, they said that she has everything, I guess we're just waiting on a signature. So I've been having her a couple times a day, trying to get hold of her, well, yesterday and today, to get an answer on when either they're gonna come down here, or we need to go there to sign, the piece of paper, like the RLI paperwork again, in front of the director, and then they can release the money for the invoice. So that's what we're waiting on that. Asher told me today that as soon as that is paid, he can get it done, and it's not gonna take them no time to get the building finished. And that we are also notified today that our REAP that we applied for in October was approved, and they haven't given me a reward date for it yet. But I also relayed that information to Asher as well, to let him know that the full 100,000 that we applied for, we got.
While we're waiting for Asher, have we been able to get like the, telephone company and some of those in?
They want us to wait until we know that, when I talked to Steve last time, as soon as we get the okay, like the invoice, cause I explained to him what's going on, as soon as we get the invoice to where Asher lets us know our guys are gonna be there tomorrow, they said to let them know then. And then they can get a guy over here to start doing what they need to inside. Cause they said they more or less need to be doing that at the same time.
Cause they should need to get the wiring in before any drywall or anything
Yes,
goes up, or
yes.
else we're gonna spend a lot of money on it and stuff. Okay. And did we sign, I know they sent over that proposal and we voted on it and everything, did we actually get that signed? And
Yeah, that's all
everything?
signed and then turned in. Yeah.
Great.
We're still gonna do the Amazon.
They're not waiting on anything.
Yeah, but
From
they have
us
to wait
also.
till the site's up to do a survey to,
7.5, consideration, discussion, action on policy and procedural book update.
7.5 and 7.6, still a work in progress. I didn't all get typed out. That's what we talked about last time. And it typed out.
Is that the one me and Richard
Mhm.
worked on? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No action on 7.5 and 7.6.
Correct.
7.7, consideration, discussion, action on setting up an emergency management plan of action.
We talked about getting a hold of Lincoln County Emergency Management. I sent them an email, but they, Tyler still has not got back with me. He's not a supervisor I can contact if I don't hear something back, tomorrow. I thought about checking them back in today.
Maybe try to touch bases with them.
And I'm trying to get them over here. They said that they'll come over here and like train people and then also help us put like a plan together. Make our own little committee.
Speaking of which, what happened with sirens?
Yeah.
Are they all working now?
He came over and checked them. He said there's something on the boxes, there's something on the boxes that's not sending the
Signal.
signal through, yeah. So he has to get something ordered and get it fixed. And he said that the 2 remotes that we had ordered they have them on order. But I haven't heard from him since he came and checked on it.
Yeah, I think it's more than a signal issue for that far
Yeah.
north one, because that one, when I hit the button manually, all they just come on and shut itself off right off.
Looks like something shortening out or.
Well, like not getting power, maybe might
Right.
be a bird's nest up inside the thing,
Yeah.
this thing can't spin, who knows?
Okay.
so when you say can't send signal, just so that you can activate it, one of them and it sends it to the other ones
Correct.
automatically? Okay.
Mm.
7.8, consideration, action, discussion, action on hooking QuickBooks to bank accounts.
We had talked, I think I talked to you, called you, whatever, maybe we mentioned at the last meeting, about hooking our QuickBooks to our bank accounts. We had discussed it with the last board, but some of the ones on the board didn't feel comfortable, because we have to, some of them have like debit cards on file or whatever, and we didn't feel comfortable with doing that, or didn't wanna do that, so we're just seeing if that's something that you guys.
I thought we agreed to do it last month.
I think it was on new business, so we couldn't vote on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I move that we connect QuickBooks to the bank accounts for ease of access and more accurate bookkeeping.
Sandy seconds.
James, yes.
Richard, yes.
Now, when we do that, we might need to have our QuickBooks cleaned up first. That
Yes.
way it doesn't dump in everything and we start ending up with duplicate records and memos and that kind of stuff, so.
It's hard trying to find a tutorial that is any good to help us clean it up.
Well, I can't come to town hall and help, I can sit on my butt at home and search for tutorials, so
Yeah,
let me
we
make a
looked
note
for
of that.
tutorials, they're just not very easy to follow along, or the way they're set up is not how ours look, and they're telling us to use buttons that we don't even have on our desktop or dashboard, or whatever.
We definitely need to do something quick, so.
Yes.
According to the audit.
It's
Yeah.
a mess. If you could do me a favor, sometime tomorrow and just let me know what version of QuickBooks we're using.
Okay.
It should be under a help tab or about, you should
Okay.
see it, and then it should be a version number.
If she can't find it,
Thank you.
Anything else? Any new business?
We missed one, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did.
Town website, and the bills for the on the, are you guys looking at the
updated one?
The updated one?
Oh, no, I don't have the updated one. You're like, hey, I thought we were.
I'll let you read it. That's what you guys are.
Okay, 7.9, consideration, discussion, action on the town website.
So, obviously I got a little bit behind with Google Workspaces with circuit recovery. But as I pick that back up, so what I need to do is I need to be able to connect our domain to Google Workspaces. My concern is that it's going to try to pull that domain to Bluehost, which is going to kill the website. You good?
Yeah, we're good
Okay.
now.
So I talked to Brittney about this. If this happens, if I go through and claim the domain host with Google Workspaces and it pulls it from Bluehost, are we good then if we just put up a quick site that's just under construction, town hall contact information, and that way we can get moving on it without having to change domains and change the website address and all of that. Our website is completely out of date. The contact people on there aren't even in town hall or on the board anymore. Pretty much the only thing that is value to it is a link to the library and our hours and phone number.
That's true.
Do it.
And those two.
Exactly. So, but I didn't want to be just like, hey, yeah, let's just do it without, all of us talking on it, so.
It's not very user friendly. It's not what you're supposed to.
That's what I'm saying. If we're gonna go with a website, I want something that's gonna be user friendly.
Yes.
Something easy, where it's not so difficult. Because I go to some of these websites, it's like, the time I get down, I'm throwing my computer out the window.
I've been on a few of those. What I would like to do, and this would be for a future meeting, would be actually plan a site, create a mock-up, have it available at town hall for people to look at, give feedback on and all of that before we ever post it live. But I didn't want our existing site just to disappear until then. So, but if I do this and it breaks instruction with town hall contact info.
How would we, if the website is down, how would we handle posting it to us? Would it be considered of us not having a website? So we wouldn't have to worry about posting on there, we would just post it in normal places?
We would currently not have an active website. We could still post on our Facebook pages. We can still send out the text.gov to the community, we can still post at the post offices and at town hall, do all of that. We just wouldn't have an active website to also post on. However, we could keep them, and then when we get the site up, we could retroactively put them on there for records, along with minutes and everything. So, okay, I will get going on that then.
Sounds good. Do we need a motion on it? No. Okay.
Yep, we would just go in, we cancel the Blue Host contract and everything. Yep, it'd be at a whole different site, it'd be everything. We could just literally just tell them, we don't want you anymore, cancel, be done, stop paying them.
And then you can incorporate all this stuff.
Yep. Well, we could actually get that going as we build it, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that would be all in,
Yep.
all of that stuff would be incorporated.
Yep, where we could get forms in there and things like that, yep.
So, under construction, is that coming?
Yep.
Number 8, consideration, discussion, and action, paying bills with a debit card.
We were wanting to know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are on us being able to use our, the town debit card to pay our bills. The last board I felt comfortable with us paying it using some thought that we wouldn't have like a paper trail or whatever, which we would have the same amount of paper trail using a debit card than it was.
You would print off that, yeah.
Some of our bills are getting to us late. Like you will tell, like my PO list this month, for October is pretty long, but November, I've only got 3 bills in November.
And here we are in December. I was up at City Hall yesterday, cause I was noticing, you know, like checks that are double or triple amount, and she told me what's going on, that by the time the bills are coming in, or they're not getting them at all, and then the next month they're getting the double bill.
So how are we paying them now, with a check or?
Yeah, they're with
Yeah.
With check.
Yeah.
Old school?
Yeah.
Well, I think you all
And
might
there's
be from this.
there's some, like we can, like if we had permission to go online and pay them,
Yeah.
we could still have the documentation, but.
And they would be able, cause somewhere the bills are getting lost, whether it's the postal service or what, they're not getting the bills every month, where if they could get online, it's there, they could pay it and they print it off and be
Print out
done
the
with
payment
it.
confirmation,
Right.
sign a PO to it for a bookkeeping, and just
Right.
attach that payment confirmation for it.
Save a lot.
I'm more than happy with getting up to the 21st century.
I have no issues, but it's a paper trail. I will make sure there's a paper trail that
Yes.
works.
We'll still have to do
Yeah.
POs.
Yeah, there's still be a PO and everything.
And print out the
Yes.
receipt.
I
sure
will,
it's
I
all
will bring
on
up
both
with
sides.
the bank statement showing that the payments were taken out,
Yeah.
and that stuff on the side.
Invoices and.
Yeah.
You know, cross our eyes and dot our T's.
Right. I make a motion that we, allow them to start paying the bills with the debit card with the proper documentation.
I second.
Jake, yes.
Richard, yes. Number 9, consideration, discussion, action on the waive subscription.
What is that?
That's, let me put it on there.
Oh, is this for our minutes?
Yeah.
So currently we have this software, this subscription that she's using to do our minutes with. We've had them for a few months. I think we're all happy with them. But our employee is paying for it out of their own pocket, and I don't like that. So I would like to see if we could pay for it as the town, as it's for the town business. And then that way too, heaven forbid she wins the lottery and says, I'm done with this, we wouldn't even have to worry about signing up for a new subscription. It would be with the town and not with the person.
How much is it currently?
It's like $18, it's not,
A month?
yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean,
And it's like the other one, you can cancel it whenever you want.
you shouldn't have to pay it out of your own
Use the
pocket.
debit card.
I make a motion that we switch that waive over to the town of Tryon and pay it for the subscription.
I'll second.
James, yes.
Jenny, yes. You gotta go in order, Nathan. You gotta.
I usually wait on you.
I need somebody to
I was
adjourn
right
this
at the
meeting.
same time.
I move we.
Well, there's new
New
business.
business?
Yeah, we'll do new business again since we
Yeah.
missed those.
Okay, new business, yeah. Was there anything anybody had?
Nope.
The only thing I had is we had talked, I think about 6 months ago, about changing the speed limit on Oklahoma. You moving up the 25 zone either up to Pecan Street or all the way up to Walnut 780.
I did talk to Johnny at county, and he said that what it's set is what they usually have it set. So like, there's the ones who, I think it's up to the town to pick the speed limits where they want to, but I think it's from Pecan, south.
Correct.
Like you said, it's been 6 months, so I can't quite remember. I may have sent that email out with his response, but I can touch,
Why is it
I can touch
Pecan
base with
South?
him. I think that's just where.
Trying to
he said his-
extend it a little bit farther so they're a little bit slower when you go past the old church
So
there.
you're wanting to go further north up Pecan?
Either Pecan or 780s, the Walnut
What
Street.
is it now?
35.
30.
Oh, dear God.
It goes from 25 to 35.
They go past my house at 50.
No.
Yeah. See, but is the
Most places
problem?
I am, it's 15 miles an hour. in
You know, the
But the
side
bottom line is,
City
if
streets.
we can't have a police that's gonna monitor that, then what good does it do to change
That's
anything?
understandable,
This is my gripe for the last few months, and I'm starting to get a little more verbal because I think it's time for Iowa Tribe to go.
So, I mean, I can appreciate it. I'm definitely enjoy the 35 miles an hour through half of it. But is the problem the fact that the speed limit goes up there, or is the problem that people will go 50 miles an hour regardless of what the sign says?
Which,
We're gonna go with
they're
that.
gonna go that anyway, but, you know, if we could get,
Because what, somebody's dog got hit on
You
Thanksgiving.
turn down the speed
Yeah.
limit and turn up the fine.
I almost hit a dachshund the other day.
Fines are state, or set by the state. You can't go, you
Yeah.
can't charge more than the state
That's
charges.
exactly
right,
I think the first thing we need is get enforcement back.
Probably there's no place to
until
go in the park.
until we get enforcement, it don't matter if you change that speed limit to 10 miles an hour.
Well,
It's not gonna work.
to some point, but at the same time, if it was all city streets at, say, 15 or 20, and they're doing 50 down there, they're doing
That's what I'm saying.
The fine
felony.
Once they used to say
Felony.
that.
Yeah,
Speed
that's
limit
what I'm
of town.
saying.
I understand that, but who's gonna, stop them, put out the citation if there's not nobody there to do it?
Well, and I understand that point, but I'm saying at the same point, if it's made well known that anything in excess is gonna be considered, you know, the egregious violations into the felony levels of speed,
No, if they,
it would be dangerous driving.
It won't be, it won't be a felony.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't,
no.
It'll turn into reckless driving.
it wouldn't be the same as like being on the interstate and doing 90 into
It's a
60.
It's a misdemeanor.
I don't really enjoy the thought of driving a mile at 15 miles an hour from 105.
I used to walk it, so.
Well, that's good.
I did Jim all the time. But,
That's something we put on next month's agenda.
yeah, let's talk about this and see what we're gonna do with the other situations.
Yeah, it's kind of tied together, I get that.
Okay,
Now we can adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
James, second.
And yeah.
This is the updated. It was the rest.
I guess that's some of the felony.
Yeah,
It's a jail offense, but it's a misdemeanor when you go to jail.
Maybe.
Yeah. And they'll drop it down. Public
that's why them
consequences.
CDL drivers have to get a lawyer when they get a ticket because,
For anything.
yep.
I don't know, you can do like most of them recently, you just go rip the number off your truck and put a different one on.
Oh. Okay.
Last one I heard that got popped was also associated with a terrorist cell, so, that was, yay,
Ready for the next one?
Yep.
let's go.
Town of Tryon Board of Trustees, utility regular meeting, December 2nd, 2025, It's now 7:24 p.m. First Baptist Church, 122 North First Street, Tryon, Oklahoma. Agenda call to order.
Application.
Roll call.
Sandy here.
James here.
Item 3, consideration action on consent agenda. 3.1, approval of the minutes of October 7th, October 27th, and November 4th.
Okay, September 10th is right here.
Enough for everybody.
Do we have one?
I don't know them. Is that it?
Yep. The only one that you guys won't have is the October 27th one, because,
The printer jam.
card.
So we got September and November.
September, October 7th should be in there, and November 4th. October 7th is the name correction on it. I changed the X to X. That was the name correction. Yes. When I talked to Jenna the other day, she said September 10th was on there, but it wasn't in the packet when we had it.
And yeah, there was an issue. I think there was an issue with, Mr. Wright's name too, at the time, if I remember right.
They're supposed to be there?
Wright was.
No, R, or something. Oh, that's nice.
There was one, there was basically fanatic.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah, it was like stuff and right or something. It was wrong.
Did we get his situation resolved?
Not as this is not the time for that.
Well, that's why I said that.
I know. So the only issue I have with utility minutes is, they're on the first page under issues identified, October 7th minutes, incorrect name with the X. It's not Brandon X, it was Todd and Brenda.
Oh, it's changed it. Okay.
We got the last name right, but in the
Well,
minutes,
yeah, that should have never even, I don't know why I did that.
Yep.
Because it wasn't even messed up in the first place.
You wish the tax return?
No, that wasn't.
Pretty much it does though, I mean, that's pretty much what it does.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it's
Yep.
just what it thinks it is.
Yep. And then we just need to be sure to go through and,
Well, even on that one, I just went into the actual minutes just to change the X to EK, and so it should have never been this one.
well, I think on the minutes from the November 4th meeting,
It was messed up on there.
it's talking about our voice when we were talking about it.
Any questions or corrections on the minutes?
Just that one for November 4th that we need.
I make a motion, we approve the, minutes for the September 10th of 2025.
I second it.
James, yes.
Richard, yes.
Nathan, yes.
I approve the minutes for the October 7th of 2025.
James, second.
Jenny, yes.
Nathan, yes.
I'll abstain, I wasn't here.
Huh?
Or 27 something.
Yeah, so we can't do nothing with that one.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then, what was the correction, Jen?
I move that we table the minutes for November 4th as the issues identified. The first line incorrectly has the name that we needed to correct from the last one. Instead of saying Brandon X, it should say Todd and Brenda X.
That motion?
Yes, that's a motion.
Sandy seconds.
James, yes.
Richard, yes.
Nathan, yes.
It has a really hard time with their name.
Yeah, currently.
Approval of monthly department head reports, we don't have one, do we?
Nope.
No action?
But just to recap what you guys had asked last time is to get that whiteboard on the wall and to get a list of all the active leaks on it. We don't have all of them on it, but we've got quite a bit of them on there. We've already started working on some of them. There's work orders with us that's wrote out, that's been prioritized. There's 3 locations in town that have, we've had plumbers come out and give us quotes. There's some more plumbers supposed to come out today to give us a couple more quotes. So far we have a quote for the one on 105, which is the one by Hampton's house, is almost $7,000. But that's like at the max end because the first plumber thought that it was, they were going to have to remove the tin horn in that alley right there, but ORWA doesn't think it's there. They think that the leak is actually 5 to 10 feet in another direction, so we won't have to worry about the tin horn. So that's why we have the other, or waiting on the second quote from Johnson Plumber. And then the one that, that one is the one that's also affecting the water pressure issue at Todd Cox's. They think there might be a couple of leaks along there, but we just have to start from one end and go to the
See if the other
other one,
ones
yeah.
get bigger and
Yeah.
as they go through.
We have a work order in for, Todd and Brenda's, property. They're gonna come out and check the water meter and pressure check, test it or whatever, see if there's something wrong with the meter. And if there is, they're gonna replace it for us. We've got,
Who's they?
ORWA.
Are they gonna do the?
Date estimate on that?
Not yet. I need to check back in when Travis was here the other day. He said just give him a couple days. If he gets notified of it, that he'll contact us, but if not, for us to call them.
How about the leak? Are they gonna do the leaks? Indicators on that line?
He said that he's gonna, when he was down, when we talked about town water plan with him, he said that he'll pull all of his information back together and see what needs to be updated, and then he'll get back with us and schedule in the next a week or two to prioritize everything and get something in place.
He did
Are
a
they
thermal.
willing, is ORWA though willing to do any of these repairs instead of the town having to
They said
pay plumbers?
they said they would be able to help us with them, but we may still have to hire people to dig. Because them having heavy equipment, they're not authorized to be able to like bring heavy equipment like that.
Right.
So,
We're gonna use ours probably.
yeah, so that's, the equipment rental might be an issue. But he said when we get the plan in place, we'll kind of go in.
You talking about the thermal, he did the thermal on City's one?
Yeah, yeah. They did a thermal on, that's why he said there might be multiple, issues on that line.
But Lynn Plumbing came out and gave an estimate, and, to do that line, it's gonna be like $7,000, but they thought the leak was under the tin horn too. It's not, so.
But I also told him to get some other quotes,
Yeah.
cause Lynn's a little pricey.
Yeah.
3 quotes.
Okay. Can you check with them, ORWA tomorrow or Thursday? How about by the end of the week, 'cause we said tomorrow. to make sure, see if we can't get them a date as to when we can have their meter tested.
Yeah. I'll check on that.
And let's be
That's
sure
the
to,
other one on the priority list. That's the other one on the priority list.
Yeah.
and if there is an update or not, let's be sure to update them as well so they know what's going on with it.
Anything else?
I will say the board looks great.
Yeah.
I was really happy to see that, so. If you haven't been in there, it's a giant.
And when it gets fixed, you cross it off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's right there where you can keep track of everything that's
And
going on.
if anybody calls and asks about it, it's all up there at a glance where we're at with it. So that's a great thing.
Approval of monthly financial reports.
So I did want to ask, what is the spring 2025 expo that we came for in October?
So, that was an expo that they were gonna go to in April. Michael and Kimberly both quit. They didn't call and cancel it. And I tried to get out of thing and they didn't have anything. And Brittney couldn't go because she thought Kimberly had canceled it, but I couldn't find anything else that we did, so.
I know she talked to them again on the phone, but we were actually had an email them in.
Who is this for?
It was for the sewer side, it was, yeah.
Rural water.
Yeah, rural water.
She was not. Keeping myself excited.
Again, though, I just want to reiterate that anything that the town comes out of the town side that for the PWA authority, let's make sure that we get that reimbursed the same month that it gets paid out. Please and thank you.
I made a motion that we approve the financial reports for October of 2025.
James, second.
Jenna, yes?
Richard, yes. Is one of the city Republic services, or are those actually Republic, or are they supposed to be,
Oh, it says Republic?
Yeah. Yeah, two of them city Republic service, one for
That's what I thought.
480 and the other one's at,
Oh, that was for, okay, that's Republic, rentals. We had to rent some,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Was that for the town cleanup day?
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought it was typo.
I was gonna say, it's been saying east side, like,
I don't have the PO list here.
I got it.
Okay.
Should be able to find it.
Monthly claims?
I already looked.
Yeah. So, well, so this is an invoice that never got paid in April.
That's from the city.
Oh, that's where we come check it out, it's not changed. I never did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
They had to come in and walk it.
Yeah, they
They
had
had
to
to come and walk it.
They had to come out and walk it.
I'll see if I can get that. Cause they said they could. Swap the ones so they're match everything. Did they get that email too? He didn't get it.
Everybody see anything. I make a motion, we approve the October monthly claims.
James, yes.
Jenny, yes. Consideration of items removed from consent agenda. No action. Public appearances, petitions, responses, communications, and personal appearances.
I was gonna ask, over on 9.3, you guys gonna discuss the, flyer from our water bill where we only had 2 samples in 19 the past 2 years of our water sent in? Are you guys gonna discuss that? I was just curious, that was where I know it was the 9.3, I'm sorry, 9.2. Nope, we're at the 9.4. The, action, that's the one that I see water plan.
We're not to that part yet.
No, I'm asking if y'all gonna discuss it, because it doesn't say on here.
9.4, consideration, discussion, and action on water plan for the town.
I'm asking, is that gonna be a part of the discussion?
Is what?
Yeah, we can't hear it.
Is that gonna be a part of the discussion?
Is what?
Is what?
The flyer that was
went
mailed
online,
out?
The EQ flyer?
Okay.
I believe the water plan was more for repairs and things.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at.
So it was not, it would not have been part of 9.4.
I would, can we talk about it? I
Yeah.
would just like to know an update or what's the plan. I would just trying to find where y'all would maybe discuss it and not just
We
assume
can
that you
discuss it
aren't
right now
going to.
if you want. So, there was one date in 2024 that it didn't get done. There were 2 that didn't get done in 2024. And then the first 2 months that I was here, I didn't do it. I didn't know I was supposed to.
Because it shows that we only had 2 done. Am I just not understanding it properly?
Yeah, those are 2 that we didn't have done.
Sorry, thank you.
Kimberly was
I had
pretty
it on
good-
my phone.
Kimberly was pretty good at getting those done. I haven't been very good at getting those
So
done.
it says number of samples missing. If you look at the column to
How
me,
many
that
did it say there are?
it showed that you only did 2 the past 2 years, if I'm reading this properly. So out of 19.
there's
That's,
been one that
yeah, that's. she
Okay,
was
well,
really good.
the
That's
paper
what-
that you guys sent out said that, right here, number of samples
I don't have
required,
mine with me, so-
and then number of samples missing.
I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't either.
Yeah, that's kind of concerning, because that means you only did 2 samples out of 19. But, because I'm just making sure I'm understanding, because it says how many we should have had is 19, and how many we were missing was just,
So,
said we're missing 17.
yes, it's kind of hard to explain. So some of these samples are done in the same container. So there's multiple samples done in the same
Okay,
container.
if you
So-
read the paper, it,
Yeah, I'm just saying this is right, but it's not like they're, let's see, I'm seeing, some of them are the same dates.
but it would still be as one counted. So it should
Well,
be
the
nine.
ones in 2024, I can't.
I'm
speak
just
on.
wanting to know what's the plan, because that's really bad.
So, I've been doing them now, I've been getting them, like, the first 2 months I didn't do them because I didn't know I was supposed to.
What samples are we doing?
So, the T-back and the.
Did you guys not get a copy of this paper, the board?
I don't know if we've gotten our water bill yet or not.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
And it also has Rocky as our mayor still.
I changed
think
that, I got that
so.
changed. I got that changed when I got there. I didn't know it was
So what
until
is
later.
this?
So that's been
We
changed.
have like monthly water tests, so we have like a water test.
There's a schedule, it's not, some of them aren't monthly, some of them are just like, you have to go there 6 times a year.
You have to go to 3
And I-
different parts of the town and get samples.
Well, I know, I personally pulled out of my faucet
I mean, I can't,
numerous times over the
Well,
last
it
says
couple
on
of
there.
years.
These chlorine tests right here, what the chlorine test is that when a water sample was given and it was turned in, the chlorine testing that we did that day, which is a separate test, that score was not put on that piece of paper.
yeah, and
But
that's,
the chlorine test is still being done, so when they asked for it, we sent it back to them for that day off of our records, and it was fine, but we still got, marked for it. So these chlorine tests is just those levels, or the, whatever our
You
chlorine
hear
level
it?
was for that day,
But
it
it's,
was not logged on the chain of command. So we got doc for it. Those testing were done that day, but it's just that documentation was not on the chain of command. And that's 5 of those testing from 24 and 3 from, it looks like May, July, and August.
So DEQ saying we didn't, but we did?
We
Basically,
didn't
what-
put, I didn't put it on the paper. You have to put it on the paper, like what your chlorine test is.
I mean,
You
just,
read
I mean,
it.
if you read that, it's really bad, like that's.
It's not as bad, I
It's not
mean,
really
Can I
bad,
see
and
that
if you
for
have any questions, call Accurate and they can explain it
yeah,
to you.
because
even more.
accurate,
I'm here talking to the board.
Well, I'm just telling you.
So-
we have this.
The question is, can we get an updated
yeah.
bill?
Yeah, we,
Showing
I
it.
think we even got, like an updated one.
But it just
from-
came
Yeah,
out
we got
this
we
past
got an
water
updated
bill,
one
like,
today.
You got
few
it?
days
There
ago.
are so many people talking over everything
Yeah.
right now.
Okay, so, is that accessible like ASAP?
Yeah, I have it. I mean, I just got it today, the new one.
Uh-huh.
And it's not as bad as that one. And then when I talked to them, they said, you know, our water's fine. That's what they told me. I said, well,
Yeah, but we can't
The
just,
total chloroform test.
so they're,
we can't just tell our residents our water's fine.
And then
no, I mean, no, I know, and so that,
I think
that I'm
that's
gonna
the
put it
same
in the next
sample.
bill, but
That, we got marked on it, because this was not on
You
the
just
chain
got
of
it
command.
today.
he's got it
So
today. It'll go
they're-
into the
yeah.
Well, I was
bills
gonna say, why not print
Fair
it?
enough.
post it,
All right,
and
on
then-
some of
and then
these,
if
you
she
showed
knows about
me,
it,
Yeah, yeah.
So it looks
So
like
there's
there's
Now,
double
it's accessible.
page.
Can I have some
Hey,
more? Hey,
one person.
please.
Hey,
This is how our minutes get messed up too.
There, it's, in some instances, it's double dated, where it wasn't documented on the first date, but then they have the same date later on where it was documented. So I don't think this is as bad as what people might think it is.
Can I see that?
And
I got a color, I just got
And
a
I
copy.
spent an hour with
Oh,
it.
yeah. Look, it's on my phone.
Can I grab
so,
it?
Yeah, it may be easier to look at that, yeah.
You can even call Accurate.
And I spent an hour with DEQ trying to understand exactly what I'm supposed to do because I wasn't doing it correctly. Doesn't mean our water's bad, the guy wasn't filling
When
out
did
the
you start?
form in May.
You started in May, okay. So then it would have been the July and August one that, or July and August that you didn't know you had to
Correct.
do? Okay. And then May we missed because we didn't have a utility clerk?
Mhm.
Okay.
You see though where August has the
Just-
same date?
Yeah, so it looks like we submit one sample and they do a chlorine test, a total chloroform test, and E. coli all from the same
Right.
container.
Right.
Or no?
Well, the chlorine one is not from the same
The
container,
chlorine
it's the one
is
that I
the
did the
chloroform.
same one.
Yeah, we do that and we
Yeah,
just
we're-
put our,
The other ones are from where you go to different addresses,
Yeah.
You gotta take 3 samples from places,
3 different
different areas
places.
of the town.
Yeah.
Just by reading that, it just shows that, I mean, from just reading it, we only had 2 sent in the past 2 years out of 19. That just
Yeah.
looks really dangerous.
I will say this document does
It's-
not look great, so do we?
Thank you.
Do we need to put out like a public statement or something and actually say this is what we've actually done and here's what
The
it's
only
actually
requirements that they had us do is the little, John's put it on the bottom of, a couple months ago or whatever, they give us a link to put it on the bottom of the bill,
Mhm.
and we have to send them a copy showing that we put that link on there.
So
I
did they
know that
read
that's the minimum that we need to do, but can we put something together to kind of explain what this
Well,
document
did
is a little better?
did DEQ require that to go in the mail? Because I had
yeah,
never
they
seen
did,
that before.
they did.
Well, then that's kind of, that
Well, no,
means
they
that
required this to go in. there.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I asked.
But, I mean, could we put something together that maybe explains this a little bit better for the average person?
Sure.
And send it out, you know, either text.gov or something, and then that way people can get a little less confusion, because I agree.
All of the Accurate forms are a little confusing anyways, but
Because it
we'll
looked,
try to see if they can.
I mean, honestly, looking at this, you know, it looks like in May, we were supposed to take one sample and we didn't.
June, I did
In
the
July,
wrong.
we were supposed to take one sample, we didn't. For, August, we were supposed to take one sample, we didn't.
If John's saying that he got a second that they updated, maybe that would,
Yeah.
Yeah,
just following up and showing that,
Yeah, I will. I was gonna put that in the bill because it just came in today and it's supposed to go in the bill.
well, that
but-
just was really concerning for a lot of us.
Well, yeah, if you could send
Yeah,
a
the one we
new,
got that we called them, they said there's nothing really to worry about, and they explained to us.
The reason I even, like, the reason I had to put it in the November bill because you have to put it in within a year of when that's the first one that's messed up, or you get fined like $25,000. So
No,
I didn't,
I think it's great that we included it, and I think
Yeah.
it's great that we're being more transparent with
It's
it.
required.
I just think that if it caused some panic, then maybe we should.
yeah, I
take
should
a
probably
moment
put a
and
note in
explain a
there.
little bit that-
Yeah, that I kinda messed up. I didn't
Yeah.
do them because I was
And you know
new.
what I always say, you know, you make a mistake, you own it.
Yeah.
You account for it, you apologize, you correct, you learn from there.
And I did ask, so after I talked to them, after I talked to Acura, then I called BBQ.
And another thing
And
too.
for an hour, they showed that they were, it's a really confusing warrant. I said, do we have something to worry about?
And Accurate is very bad about turning the reports that they, like when we turn our testing in, the reports that they make, they're bad about passing them along to DEQ. So sometimes they'll send us reports saying that things are missing, when Accurate is one that takes care of our testing, then we have to get a hold of Accurate and then have them to.
In the TVAC, I only have like 5 residents that I can test on. And the lead and copper, I had like 30, and I don't need 30 on that one, I need more people.
You need more people for which
So
one?
I have to I'm gonna have to get more citizens involved in
For which one?
the TDAC, the bacterial one,
What
which is
do
the
you
one.
need for that?
So what I have to do is I have to get a list of people and then ask them if they're okay, and then DEQ's gonna call them and make sure they're okay with it. There are some spigots that DEQ will give, like, we have to install them, but they're free, that they go on the meters and you can do it from the meter, so you don't have to go into somebody's house and disrupt them.
usually it's done where the first faucet that opens in the morning is
But-
when you get your.
But
Someone
they're
has to
testing
take a
spigots.
sample from the first one. and-
Right.
So-
Well, and if I can make a suggestion, when, if you do that, maybe even put in a shut-in valve and to be able to shut down that line, just if y'all end up putting, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, the spigots?
Yeah.
I don't know how they go on, I haven't, like, I ordered
Well, they
them,
have
but
to get, you know, thing. Anyway,
I mean, he told me they're real easy to install, but that's DEQ telling me they're really easy to install.
well, and I did offer to be one of the helpers
Yeah.
for the water.
Yeah, I put you on the list, but I need like
Yeah, they
15
have to
others,
approve it, yeah.
and then they have to approve it, and so it is,
I mean, you're welcome to come to my house first in the morning, you have dogs
on
and
the
dogs,
list.
and I'm not gonna be accountable.
well, if we do the spigots, that's not gonna, I mean, we still need to get permission from the people, but it would alleviate having to go into their house
Yeah,
and give
they
them
just
the,
get it from here.
I would be okay with that,
I've got an experience fountain on my house.
well, I went ahead and
You have to-
ordered
you
them,
have to
they're
be
free.
careful, use the ones on the outside of the house, they could have been used a while, or
But if you
Yeah,
need some
because,
attached to the
like-
meter,
A lot
I mean,
build up.
TJ and I will volunteer.
Okay,
especially when we do like copper testing and everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
cause that happened to us once before. The
And I did
utility
get- I did get-
operator went to somebody's
Well, it's-
outside faucet.
It's right on.
And I didn't have a testing schedule, because there is a testing schedule, I have that now, so.
Okay, so we're moving forward.
Yeah.
Are,
Okay.
Mrs.
Thank
Eagle,
you.
are you happy then?
Yes, yeah, I would like to get an update, and that was,
Sure.
thank you.
Item number 6, proposal of Board of Trustees of the Town of Tryon entering into executive session in accordance with Title 25, Section 307, subsection B1, discussing the employment, hiring, appointment, promotions, demotions, disciplining, resignation of any individual salaried public official or employee.
You're going to agree.
John Fox, job description, duties, responsibility. Brittney Poteet, job descriptions, duties, and responsibilities, and interview and hire a utility operator.
I make a motion, we enter into executive session.
Same second.
Kenny, yes?
Richard, yes. re-entering the regular meeting from executive session. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we re-enter regular meeting from executive session.
James second.
Jenny, yes?
Nathan, yes.
Richard, yes. Consideration and discussion action on matters discussed in the executive session.
We discussed, what we can do as a board to help our employees a little more. They're feeling a little bit extra stressed. My brain just completely just stopped right there.
Work hours.
For John.
About figuring out what hours that John can work, possibly having our town hall open a little bit later, to compensate,
And him not working weekends.
and not ever working weekends.
That's gonna be a hard one.
It is. We also discussed the possibility of maybe moving our monthly meetings to the second Tuesday of the month to help give our clerks more time to be able to compile their financial reports and the agendas. And we also discussed to continue on to re-advertise for the water operator position.
How long were they running for?
That one only ran twice in the month period. I wouldn't look at the other week.
When you run this one, you put the starting $20 an hour in the ad.
I think it was.
I think it was in there, but I can.
The one you sent us, it didn't have it in there, so.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know if it went in later. Maybe we can actually track some talent from around us if they know that we're not paying peanuts anymore.
Right.
Anything else?
I think that's all we covered.
Item number 9, miscellaneous. 9.1, consideration, discussion, action on the Howard sewer issue update.
So, we've got one estimate on shoring, and it was $15,000 to shore it, and that they were gonna have to pull the fence, Peggy's fence. They were gonna have to pull it, but that didn't count them putting it back. That $15,000 wasn't part of putting it back, it was just shoring.
That was just excavating, shoring it back, Bill.
Yeah.
What
Not
fence?
repair.
The fence right there on Grant Street.
Yeah,
On the
so,
corner.
yeah, it would have to come out. He said.
Where?
Possibly the tree.
Where
On
Peggy
Grant Street,
lived, like
on
on the
105.
corner?
Peggy Buchanan, on 105 Grant, right here.
The house that's for sale, or
Yeah.
that's for sale, okay.
Yeah, there's nobody living there, but the fence would, he said the fence would have to come down.
Entry.
And they're the only ones that have come out to, call a few, they're the only ones that have come out to do an estimate, so. Right, I've been in constant contact with Ryan and Kelsey, and they're not having any trouble right now. We got the boot put on the other one. There is a hole in the line, it's about that big. Did we talk to?
I talked to Brad from RWA to see if there's any other way that we can patch that, that's not gonna cost $300. He said the only thing that he sees right now that we can get to patch it is another one of those deals, and it's like $260. So he was gonna look around, to see if there's something else, cause the hole is like this big.
Yeah.
How far is it from that boot?
It's,
Maybe 8-10 inches.
yeah.
Okay. Is there a bigger boot, a longer boot we could get?
I don't know, now that I don't know.
When I
think
called,
there should be.
UTS about trying to find a boot, he gave us the longest one, and the 8-inch one that they carry. There might be somewhere else. I can get a hold of
Let me ask
it.
I just thought it'd be better to get that fixed now, you know, instead of it, because it will become a problem at some point.
I'll ask, so I have friends at Stillwater that does sewer, and so I'll see where they get their stuff and see if they making them longer
Longer
boots.
section.
Yeah.
Have you ever checked with Block?
Block's pretty expensive.
I know.
I didn't specifically.
When we went to the expo, they do have a foam that you put in the line and it hardens. That might be an option, and it's not expensive, so.
Cause that's the clay pipe.
Yeah, it's clay
Uh-huh.
pipe.
Actually, that's still, that's a still.
Is it
pipe.
still?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right,
Yeah,
that's a slow
that's a
pipe.
still pipe.
So, but as far as the leak is concerned, do we still have an issue with sewage coming up?
It hasn't ran over since
Okay.
we started, the very beginning, since we started addressing it, and we've been keeping, like randomly keeping an eye on it. And like he said, he's been staying in contact with Tryon and Kelsey to,
And we rented that pump, you know, when it rained really hard, just to make sure we didn't have to use it.
So are we good with DEQ then with this?
yeah, I talked to Mark the other day and he said just continue doing what we're doing.
I'm gonna get, I got with some of our guys for the Oklahoma City Housing Authority, the plumbers
Yeah.
and all that, and so they do all that stuff. And I have one guy, he said he might be willing to come down and look at it and see what he charges. He lives in Wellston, so.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause if you just take what the shore is gonna pull us, then you're not even talking about the plumbing side of it.
Oh, yeah, that's
as
just
long
the
as
shoring,
we're
that
here, Yeah.
doesn't count anything else. And
Yeah.
and blocking off the road, they said they need that road blocked off,
And that tree might have to be removed.
and the tree might have to be removed.
How much they gonna replace?
We don't know yet.
They weren't,
They can't come from the other end?
They came from both ends and they're like from the, like Frank Green's old house,
Yeah, yes,
south,
that's
it goes all the way through. But then from the other direction back, it gets caught up on something, that's why we thought that it was a collapsed line. And it just happened to hit just right coming from one direction. But then Brad, when RW came down, there was a huge root ball that's the same size as the pipe is. So we don't know how damaged the pipe is down there, and we're afraid that if Agro said they would come over and try to cut it out, but we're afraid that's gonna break the line anyways.
Okay, sorry, broke if it's got a root.
Yeah,
in it.
well, we don't, well, yeah.
Is that clay pipe or is that steel?
That, I believe,
That's gonna be clay.
yeah.
So we
Yeah.
had that problem at my house up in Lincoln, we had that problem. It was a 1920s house, clay sewer line, and literally as soon as you started taking some of those roots out, it
Yeah.
just started to crumble.
Yeah.
And even if we had Agro come over and try to get the root out and it crumbles, we're still gonna be in the same spot.
Yeah.
Yep,
And a plumber won't even touch it until there's a shoring company.
yep.
So we're stuck trying to find shoring companies that it's either a scheduling issue or they just don't want to.
It's not worth their time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought $15,000, that took my time, but
I'll get my, the
You
guys.
know any shoring people?
Teddy O'Donnell works for a big plumbing company in the city. You know Teddy.
yeah.
So they might have the stuff that he might be able to get, but I'll just have to get with him and find out.
Okay. See what you
Cause
can.
they do that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like sewer lines and stuff.
Yeah.
So they might have it, he might just be able to load it on a truck, cause he lives just kind of northeast of here. And bring it down, we just have to get someone to dig and lower it down there to shore it up, so.
Okay.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Okay.
9.2, consideration, discussion, action on Brenda X water issue update.
Like we had discussed a while ago, we have a work order, wrote up for that, it's kinda attached to your, water leak. We have a work order for ourselves wrote up for it, it's on the priority list. There's also a work order put in, with ORWA to help deal with like the pressure to come and test your water meter. But we're kinda needing to fix the leak before we do the
Or
water testing.
leak or leaks, yeah, going down that line.
Yeah, Travis thinks there's more than one.
Yeah. I think once you get the water leaks fixed, I think the pressure, cause they're at the end
I
of the
think
line.
so.
Yeah, they're at the very end of the
So,
line.
It's gonna help them a little bit, but then again, it might be that meter, even though it's a new meter, it could be that meter is still messed up and not letting the water flow as
Or
properly.
didn't get calibrated when it went.
Or it's got a filter in it, the
Is it real
meters,
deep?
sometimes they've got filters in the
The
meters.
line,
And the filters get clogged up,
Yeah.
and it's something simple.
So, did you say that, I'm sorry, did you say that they have to they wanna get the water leak before they can do that stuff?
they would like to have the water leak done first, but
Before
there's
they
still
do
a
the
way.
pressure test,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but they can still come out and test a water meter to see if there's anything wrong with the flow.
Cause I was about to say, I don't want them to wait more months while we try to get leaks fixed, just to have somebody just make sure the meter
They
works.
say when this is gonna be?
The water, or the work order is done, turned in, Travis said give him a couple days, and then, touch base with him, if he hasn't heard anything, then we need a contact the ORWA to come in.
Let's
Hey, we need
stay
Is-
on that.
Is Travis not ORWA?
He is, but he can't just go out there
Yeah.
and do it, he has to have like a work order.
Now,
Sort
now,
of like the, kinda like how.
So contact his people.
Go down and like.
as far as the water line, I mean, $7,000 is a lot of money, but I do have it, I could fix it right now.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's gonna take a lot of money, that's big, but.
if we get ORWA to do it.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost.
And all it's gonna cost us is digging the hole.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay digging the hole.
Renting the equipment and getting.
I already
it
waited
done.
2.5 years to get it done, but it still needs to be done.
As long as it doesn't sit for another 2.5 years.
But as far as their meter, I want their meter tested as soon as they can.
Cause I thought we were gonna do that from the last meeting, I thought we said we were gonna get that tested within like a week or two.
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
the
it's
last
just-
two
it's
meetings,
just
I was supposed to do
scheduling.
that.
Like I said before, it's a scheduling issue, when and I can get the exact date that the work order was turned in, but like that, we are at their discretion.
And I thought we had one of those machines that we don't, or we used to, but I can't find it.
Do we have a new meter?
We have meters, yes.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
meters.
Cause that was another thing we said last month too, is just to swap it out with a new
Yeah.
one and see if that helps the problem at all.
Is that something, I don't know,
I've never done it, so I don't know how to do it.
well, you couldn't anyhow, cause you don't
No,
got a
that's right.
license.
So it,
Can't dig a hole either.
it's got two nuts. Basically, you unscrew one, make sure the water's off.
That sounds like you have experience with that.
Yeah, well, I've had to do it live. But you just basically unscrew it, it fits in there and you screw both ends on, and that's it. But like I
Travis
said,
said, yeah, Travis said he'll get the list of all of our water meters when he was down, he took a picture of the board. And I told him that I would get back with him to tell him which one, we were told there's a water meter issue. When he was out, he did check the apartment, cause one of the apartment rooms is leaking. What was the other two that he checked? He checked your water meter,
which water meter?
the one out front, the rental house.
Oh, there's two shut-off valves there.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Oh, I do, 'cause
Yeah.
there's a shut-off valve at the meter, and then someone was wise and said, hey, let's put a shut-off meter over here before the main line.
Yeah, but that one's not working, I don't think, is it?
That's froze up, so
Yeah.
it's made, I can't get water to my
Yeah.
meter, because this one's froze up.
So when did he come out and look at those?
Last week.
Yeah.
So he was out to look last week at a couple meters and he
Yeah,
didn't
cause he was
look at
just driving
theirs?
through to another job and had some time to kill, and knew that we had issues, so he's, driving through and stopping in to see if there's like quick fixes that he could do, cause he was there for a couple hours. And
You
we
couldn't have him come check my meters, I've been waiting
We
for.
just, well, yours is on the work order, so he didn't want to touch it. He said that he wants to wait until, he has to wait until the work, cause there's already a work order submitted. He has to wait to be able to get that before he can start on getting yours tested.
But what I'm doing for yours is, I had Jimmy take a picture of your meter, what the meter read was, and I'm starting that as the new read. So I put that in, I changed the old one because it was off, way off. So I put that one in as, that is like the new read, and we'll see this month how off it is.
But we're
Okay.
waiting on Travis
Yes.
to
Yeah.
come out and do the work order to put, change out his meter.
I
He
hate
said
how
that-
every month we talk about
he
this
said that-
and we're waiting on something else.
That's one of our biggest
I know,
problems.
it's
Yes.
frustrating for
And
me.
it's really, it's
I can't-
hard because you gotta go through all these people, you know, and
It's frustrating for me, and so I
Yeah.
can't even begin to imagine how frustrating it is for them.
So,
My problem is we're going into winter and freezing pipe time. I've had 2 years of this, the freezing pipes, because of low water pressure. If it happens again, I'm trying to have my insurance company have her handle y'all, because this is ridiculous. This is neglect of water department.
my deal is, can we get the meter changed now?
I will call him tomorrow to make sure.
Thank you. I mean, even if we gotta get Amber or someone over here to change it,
I can see what I can do. I'll call him, see what my options are.
just get the meter changed, and that way we know it's not gonna be a meter,
Yeah.
or it's a line issue. at least if we get the meter changed, we know that, and if the problem's not fixed, it's gonna be a line issue, so.
But we sat here the last couple meetings saying we're gonna do this, so let's change.
If we had time.
So let's get it changed.
That's the problem.
Yeah, the problem is, I mean, it takes us out of the office.
Yeah.
you know?
Okay,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
here's another option, here's another thing. Are you able to change
Yes,
it?
yes, I
You
think,
can?
yes.
Okay. So how long would it take you to do that?
Probably, yeah. It depends on if I go out there and if there's anything else. out there.
Okay.
Theoretically, it
So-
should take 15 minutes to go out there and everything should be done.
Okay, so can't we just allow them to close City Hall for the amount of time it would take them to go?
Do both of
There
them.
you go, and generally it might be, we might not even have to.
Or generally do it,
I mean,
if you're willing and able to change the meter instead of waiting on Travis, let's get the meter changed and at least alleviate whether it's that.
Like in a license.
Or you have to have a license.
Well,
Yeah.
no, what I'm saying. If Judy, whatever digging or anything, if Judy can dig,
should be no digging.
Yeah, there should be.
That's a different
Pop the
issue.
lid.
No, you pop the lid, I mean, it's got dirt around it, and you have to dig around it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
And then
thinking.
you put your two pipe wrenches on, well, make sure the water valve shuts off first.
I mean, if you give me the meter, I can put it in. I've done them before, so it's not that big a deal. I mean,
Well, and that's
And
what
there's
I
no
was
dirt
getting at was,
in their meter.
if you can get all the prep work
Yes.
to the point of
Yes,
it
have
being
clean
changed,
meter.
and you just need a body to change it,
Yeah.
and you can get that done quickly tomorrow, then call me and I'll bring the pipe wrenches and whatever, and
I'll get
get
the
her
meter
swapped
and
out.
stuff out tonight.
Yeah, let's get her done.
Yeah, you can't do it because you don't have a
I can
license.
do it
It'll-
with supervision.
It'll get done.
No, you have to have a
You have a
temporary
temporary
license
license
in
to
order
touch
to
it.
touch it.
But, yeah, there's,
Well, like, how I was-
DEQ is picky.
There you
No, I
go.
thought it could be done as long as she was.
Now you have to have a temp license and then you
Yeah, you
could,
can sit there and watch it learn.
but
I'll
let's,
have
Pretty
it
sure I
done.
know
I'll
how
have
to
it
do
done
it,
before
I know
nine.
right.
let's get her done.
okay.
Cause I was just trying to think him in situation as far as.
Well, I mean, he don't have to do that.
Physicalities.
No.
Yeah, so John,
He can say all this.
we're doing what Jan Lee's there.
Right.
I was just gonna get her, cheering her on.
This way he can stay back in town hall and have a coffee ready. and you-
Yeah, because if we wait on Travis, who knows when that's gonna happen. At least let's find out if the meter, I highly doubt it's the meter because I'm sure it's that line and we're losing too much water.
Like I said,
Really
some
a lot of water.
of the meters got filters in them, it could just be like.
Or, yeah, so,
And then this way too, if we fix the line, then suddenly we don't like, oh, well, gee, now we have to figure out what else is going on, you know, get it eliminated down to just the water.
9.3, consideration, discussion, action on moving the meter at 304 Pecan.
Okay, Ms. Kemp is here.
She left.
She left.
I
Oh, she
went-
left?
I checked vehicles.
She was here. So I have talked to her. I thought he just wasn't returning my call, but we had the wrong number in there for him. So he called the other day to see if he could park his big rig on Main Street. And so I told him, you're on the agenda, he's been on there. So he did, his wife was here, I guess, because it took too long. So I'll call him tomorrow.
so what if they?
The issue is he wants us to install it all, like his line, like his side and our side, and he says, well, you guys did it for Heather, why don't you do it for me?
Cannot touch his side.
That's
Why
what-
do we need to, I mean, so do they not have water now? Do they not have?
They have really low water pressure he just sent me a picture and I can send it all to you. One of his spots doesn't have any water coming out of it.
Okay. And what?
So we were gonna move the meter, because his meter is a quarter mile away from his house, so,
Just around the corner.
I know he's getting water pressure because we have a leak there, so.
And that's what we thought, but he's still not getting water pressure.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying though.
Did
so
I
that-
change the size of the line too?
We did change the size of the line.
So, okay, so then,
And it's not on your side. I went over there and like, there's no, I couldn't see anywhere on his side that there would be a leak.
so then why are we moving the meter, just to get it closer to his house? What's
Yeah,
that
so
for?
maybe the water pressure would be better, but he doesn't want to have to hire a plumber to come connect his side of it. He wants us to.
I'm sorry, that's what it's gonna be.
Okay, I mean.
State law says that. I mean, it's in ordinance, and state law says that.
That's why I was gonna have him come talk to you guys.
And if we have to replace it with that quarter mile, that pipe might not be up to code.
I mean, I definitely think we should move it, put on the list of things that needs to be done, but it's not an active leak or anything right now. I guess, my only concern would be if I was a homeowner and there was a leak on my side of the meter and it was a quarter mile away, you know.
Yeah.
That would irk me a little bit, but, I mean, I understand we can't actually hook things up.
You're closer?
Yeah,
Yeah, closer.
But they hooked both sides up for you, right?
no, they
Oh,
don't.
you hooked yours on?
Yeah.
Because
But
Eric
I mean,
told me.
we did it because we dug up the hole.
Okay.
And then that was the whole thing.
So-
We had done all the work before we buried it back. We were like, can y'all please switch it out while it's open?
So Eric was under the
And
assumption
I've
that.
not talked to him. Neither has my husband. So I don't know
Okay,
where
he thought,
heard
he
that.
thought that we did your
No.
side of it.
No,
And I was
we
like,
did it.
I think we went from the old meter to their new meter.
Yeah, that's kind of an issue, but.
Well, and I personally don't really know if the issue is that meter, because I
The
know it's
first one?
newer. No, the second one, the new, the numbers are wild. There's no way we've gone through that.
Yeah, I read that you're not supposed to hook up a meter to a meter like that
Yeah.
close. I
No,
mean,
yeah,
that
for
can
sure.
cause a problem.
But does that part of
That should never be.
Yeah.
They should have taken the meter out.
Which one do I read?
I'm like trying.
No, no.
Yeah.
So
Different
then,
level.
so then the issue at 304 Pecan.
And you're on our board for that, so.
So the issue then on this point is just that he wants us to pay the, that's the whole issue of this?
Yeah.
Once his meter moved, he wants us to
And-
get the
yeah.
county for it.
So we can't do that.
So, I mean, we would have to coordinate to move the meter though, right? Because we'd have to,
If,
the piping
I
and
mean,
everything.
if he wanted to purchase the pipe and have it like she did and had it dug it up and ran it. and
No, we
then-
didn't purchase the pipe. He just spliced right what was already there.
Right,
and-
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying this would have to be on his.
Okay.
We're
He'd be financially
only,
responsible.
So,
right.
he just needs to be told that we're not gonna pay for the meter to his house, it's not gonna be on us.
And I have told him that.
It's not gonna happen.
And
And that might change his mind, and be like, I don't wanna do that.
Well, and some of the, like, again, this is where you get the whole problem. They think that you did it for her,
Right.
but that didn't happen.
And I
What
didn't
she just said,
know.
that's
Yeah,
what-
but now
That's
I-
not
now
what
I know.
happened, so it's not like he's
Yeah.
getting treated differently, that's not.
Yeah, and I can tell him that now, like, I didn't know. Like,
And if he says anything else about it, just tell him to, you know, come to a meeting then, if he wants, you know.
About the quarter-mile lane, or just the new connection?
Well, the meter's at like the
I mean,
main
if
and
we're,
pond.
if we're moving it a quarter-mile down the road, and then we're adding a quarter-mile onto ours, that would be our.
Is he the one out in the middle of the
If we
field?
move this meter
No, that's
closer to his
Kenny's.
house.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm just asking.
He's
That's
that one,
another
that
one.
double
Yes, from the
wide.
meter to
I'm
his
just
house,
saying
it's
that
his
the
responsibility.
add-on from where it is now to where it would be.
That would be on you.
That would be on us.
Yeah, okay.
But the hookup from.
Right.
That's on.
But there's no emergency happening that would need.
You're not gonna move that meter for,
Other than
you
the
got other
low
problems that are more.
Yeah, we're not
Make them pay for the quarter-mile worth of pipe.
I was there, when I was looking at that water leak that day, and it was coming out pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
It
so
was.
it's not on our side.
How
No.
far from the officer meter was
But,
it?
Huh?
How far away was the leak?
Whatever.
Oh, it wasn't on our side? It was on their side? Oh, I didn't know
No,
that.
but we bust, the
The boring company.
Oh,
board
yeah,
come
one
and broke
broke,
it,
yeah.
so. But technically, we could make the board come and fix it, but we fixed it,
Yeah.
because it wasn't
Morris.
ours, it was the private.
And that was all the way up to his house that it had that kind of pressure?
Yeah, it was coming out of there like a creek, I mean, it was going
Yeah.
down towards Heather's house that day, I mean, so
It ended up
it's
in a
not the
pond.
issue of pressure, cause
Was it?
it had plenty of pressure coming out of that line. Something is going on
On his side?
on his side,
Closer to the house.
closer to the house.
Oh, close to the house. Okay.
That's my, and then, if I'm mistaken, that's a trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a double
They
wide.
have filters in them lines and them trailers, and I told
Right,
him-
he does have, he did
Yeah.
tell me that, and he checked it, and there was nothing clogging the filter or anything. That's what he told me, so I haven't asked
Was
him.
the filters that in them?
Pressure regulators
Was
in every
filters that
aerator.
in them?
It just depends, they put different ones in, some, the filters.
It'd be in the piping system that's been piped into the house.
Okay, so then no action on this
But
one?
you might check his
action.
meter to make sure it's not a leak someplace,
Okay,
make sure it's not spinning.
okay, I mean, so I did look at the meter, and it didn't look like there was any problem there, but I'll look at it
You know,
again.
look at it again, make sure it's not spinning, because he could have a leak underneath his house that you don't know about.
Yeah.
80% goes down.
Okay, so no action on
80% of the water goes down usually.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what the leak is, I mean, he's not getting a leak, the water does sink, a certain sink.
Yeah, here, Rob. Let me send you one.
Okay, 9.4, consideration, discussion, action on water plan for the town.
We kind of talked about that, that's the policy. We
Okay,
got to
so-
that plan.
So no
But
action
I'll
there?
touch base with them.
Consideration, discussion, action on the AMENDED Expo update.
Nothing at this time.
Nothing.
Yeah, we've kind of just been talking
No
about
action.
it.
What is,
We were just gonna go into more detail of what we went through or whatever, it's not really, I kind of individually.
Different contacts.
Yeah.
The water plan,
Any new business?
there's still more.
No, you're,
I'm on old one again?
Did I give you a statement?
I thought I gave you
Yeah, we gave you one.
yeah,
It's over my
it's
stack.
the utility is with the town.
Okay. 9.6, consideration, discussion, action on paying tunnel bills with debit card.
I just put on this one to separate into two.
I move that we allow the utility side to pay their bills using the debit card as opposed to having to write a check.
Sandy seconds.
James, yes?
Nathan, yes.
Richard, yes. 9.7, consideration, discussion, action on town website.
This should be on the utility side.
Well, it's the same one, cause the utility stuff is, yeah, since it's a different, you have a.
Same,
Yeah,
it'll be the same thing,
Same
discussion,
business, yeah.
same things that we talked about on the note.
Any new business? New business? No.
With that, about the.
Oh, yeah, the utility part, yeah, the little utility part. Nathan's got a number to like, call so that they can check and see what's wrong with it. I guess he's wanting the okay to,
How much does that cost?
I haven't called the guy yet.
That would be just getting it to them to get an estimate and then.
That's the Cushman or whatever it is?
No, it's the go-karts for you or whatever, council.
I'm gonna have to take it
I
off the
think
spot there
that,
tomorrow, though.
that's,
I have to go get that in the library.
I don't think that's a priority right now with all the sewer and water
Well,
issues.
it was just getting
I
in
know.
there to figure out where we're doing that.
But we
It's
really
just sitting
can't
there on the
afford
tractor.
to spend no money
I
right
think,
now.
I think
Well-
we'll wait for the spring time, when it's a little bit warmer.
It was just to let y'all know that we've got a place figured out.
Figured out.
Cause we're having
And it's right there
problems
where I
with
can just take it on my way to work.
Where's it at?
Just behind the TA there off the council.
Okay,
Okay.
I know where that's at. I make a motion, we adjourn.
James, second.
I don't know about this, their part, but what's that?
That's about the.
Oh, is that yours? Oh, if I give you mine, I didn't write it.
I'll tell you what, see.
That's the one I like.